Yeah, I thought it's a great match for us to play right now at this point in the season. Two teams trying to play real physical volleyball, and I thought we did a really nice job in long stretches, but maybe not long enough, obviously, but long stretches of the first set, and then not necessarily doing a good job of closing that one out. And the only set that I felt like we didn't really play a complete set in or play the way we're capable of is the second set. A little bit of a hangover effect, I think, from not getting that first one after having a chance. But really proud of the resilience of the guys to be down in the third and find a way to get back into that thing. And again in the fourth and put ourselves in an opportunity to possibly push it to 5. Yeah, it was just a little bit of a struggle. We struggle with consistency. We struggle with a little bit of our ability to get to the next point and effort, and not overwhelmingly, but there were definitely some runs. So it's something that we've been real good at. It's something that we need to continue to get better at, and these matches make us better for what our goals are for the season. So, yeah, congratulations to them for playing well, and we'll get back in the gym and try to get a little better.
For all three of you, actually, this ends a pretty long streak of winning home games. What can all you say about the fans here, the atmosphere here, how you've been able to and are so successful here?
Yeah, it's a great facility to play in. The fans are amazing. The energy was great again tonight, and it has been all season and has been for years. So that's a credit to the brand of volleyball we've been playing, and to the loyal fans we have wanting to come out and watch it. As far as the streak goes, I don't think I've ever said anything on the streak to start with, so I'm definitely not going to start talking about it now. I just don't care. It's nice, but they all started at some point, so let's play our next volleyball match and move on. It's just completely irrelevant to our team to talk about that at all.
Coach said it best. That wasn't really in the back of our minds when we were playing. We're just playing the best volleyball we can every day. So.
Yeah, it was amazing atmosphere out there, and I'm really thankful for all the people that came out, and it's amazing to be back home and playing. But as far as the streak goes, it doesn't really it's not anything we think about, so it's just the next match for us. So yeah.
For Coach, you talked about not getting closing out that first set. What do you think was the difference at the end of that set?
Yeah, I just think, late in sets is about composure and execution. And sometimes you get a little tentative. You try not to make a mistake, and that's the worst thing that can happen. So you got to be able to be freed up. You got to trust yourself. You got to trust your techniques. You got to trust your training. You got to trust your teammates, and roll it out there and see how it goes. And when you get kind of tentative, maybe with your serving or your blocking or your hitting or setting or whatever it might be, try not to make mistakes. That's when the mistakes come. And what you learn in these situations when it doesn't go your way is you look back and go, man, if I could do that again, I'd just kind of free myself up. I'd take a bigger swing. I'd get across the net. I would trust my teammate. I wouldn't, whatever the situation might be. So as many times as we can be in these tight matches, tight sets, big crowds, a lot of energy, a lot of emotion, this is exactly the kind of volleyball we want to be in as much as we possibly can, because these are the matches you play at the end of the season if you get to play for a title. And so we got better tonight. How I believe that you can get better after winning. You don't need to lose. But we got better tonight in a lot of ways. It might have been ugly at times. It didn't look pretty. But we got better, and we will learn a lot from this, and we'll apply it in practice this week, and we'll roll it out against our next opponent and see if we can be a little bit better.
Give me a couple areas of the game where you think you'll learn things from as a result.
Yeah, I think that patience and out-of-system hitting, when teams are real aggressive from the end line, you end up passing the ball off the net quite a bit, when it's just totally fine, and just having the patience to come in and take good swings. And also run an offense to continue to have balance to our offense, and trusting that we can go pin to pin. We can set our quicks off the net, which I thought Carlos did at times really, really well. And we can set our back row, middle of the court guy, our area 6 big guy. And there were times that we did, and it looked great. And there was times that we got a little bit just predictable. And that's totally fine. That's the early stages of the season. But when we weren't, and when we were fluid, and when we had balance to our offense, we were better, and we looked real good. So, what I have always said in these situations, that when it looks good for a while, and it looks really, really good for a while, it's my job to get longer stretches out of them. That's what coaches do. We just don't stand there and clap our hands and take credit for that when things look really good. It's when we find the group that's playing well and we find things that they're doing well to make that more of the norm than just flashes. And right now, tonight was a little bit of flashes. There was flashes of the good, there was flashes of maybe not so good, and there was flashes of kind of gray and in between. So it's my job to make sure I continue to train them and free them up and make sure our guys believe in the fact that they're really talented, super athletic, and a fun team to watch, and be freed up and play like we play in our practice gym, and things will go our way a lot.
For Shane and Simon, with UCLA, of course, you guys have the playoff history. The games you guys play always seem to be pretty big games. Tell me what it's like to play in those games, whether you view them as rivals, if there's something extra on those nights.
Yeah, I mean, I've played quite a few of them, and I really like to get that atmosphere where there's really a fight going on between the two teams. And I think UCLA did a great job today, and congrats to them. But I mean, we're just going to go back to our training gym and work on the aspects that we need to get better at.
Yeah, I mean, being the first year I'm playing and first time playing against UCLA, they're a great team, and I think that's why historically a lot of people come to the games and they just enjoy watching good volleyball. I think that's what it comes down to. So,
for both of you, again, they kind of out-battled you at the net tonight. Was that just a matter of execution on your part? Were they just better? How do you break down the discrepancy in blocks?
I think we were a little bit slow to adjust to some things, and we got to be better to pick up the tendency of the game. And yeah, I think they got it better across the net, and we were not quick enough to adjust it and get those blocks that we needed. So that was the main points for that.
yeah, that's one of those things, like Coach said, this week is going to be a great practice for us, practicing our blocking and just getting better at it as a team overall. I think we're going to do a really good job at that and come out strong next week.
And Coach, you said something to the effect of the second set was the only one you felt you weren't really playing the volleyball you were capable of. What was lacking in that set?
Yeah, I just think that there was a little bit of hangover effect in set one. We had an opportunity, we're up, and it's not something you want to happen, but it does happen sometimes. It's an emotion. These are young guys battling out there, young athletes competing, and it carries over a little bit. They can't get it as quickly out of your mind as maybe some real experienced guys to let it go and just reset, because the beautiful thing in volleyball, it's 0-0 to start set two. You're not down, you're not anything. You're 0-0. And learning how to get past that is a difficult thing to do, and it tends to affect college volleyball a lot. The momentum of losing a set maybe that you're up in, or what you see is a surge from the other team when they come back and steal a set, kind of like what happened for us in the third set. Being able to come back, all of a sudden there's energy back in the building, energy back in our guys. Our guys are jumping a little bit higher. I'm not a big fan of that in reality, that we're going to ride the emotional roller coaster of the result of the last set, but it's easy to say that. It's easy for me to say that from the sideline after coaching for 20 years, that we shouldn't do that. It's up to me to create that environment in our practice gym, to keep training our guys to have the opportunity to be freed up in those moments, and know that should we take good swings and hit good serves and run good offense, and it doesn't go our way late, that's okay, because over time it'll play out. We don't have to win every game, every set to win a match, and we don't have to win every match to accomplish our goals. So we will learn from this. We're a really good volleyball team as far as taking in information, lesson learns after wins and losses. We will learn from this, and we will learn to have the opportunity to go out and fight another day, right? So going back to your question earlier about a lot of matches in a row, okay, let's start over. Let's start another one.